It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and it's a new weather in the city of in the country Nigeria. You're welcome to Tea or Coffee. On today's episode, we have a load of things lined up for you. We have, as usual, this is our entrepreneurial day, and so we have entrepreneurs that will teach us what we need to know. But before that, let me welcome the beautiful, the lady in red who is sitting right beside me.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
And let me welcome also the elegant, adorable Ronke Asher.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Fine, thank you. Fine.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
And today is Prophet Muhammad's birthday. And we wish him happy birthday, yeah?
Happy birthday.
Yes.
So in Nigeria, today is public holiday. That's why a lot of people
coming
are here.
To work this morning, the road was free. I'm like, wow, this is Lagos. This must be a new Lagos.
Yes,
because
people are inside the house. Yeah.
I could count the number of cars on the road this morning. So I think a lot of people are actually indoors. And don't worry, in case you're watching, you're tuned to the right station. We are here for your viewing pleasure. And like you said, today is Entrepreneur Tuesday. We'll be talking about business and all, but before we dive into that, what's happening? What's new?
There are a lot of things, but new this season. But because we have a lot of guests, if we dive into it, I know you.
I would go. No. We have two guests today.
Yes, we have two guests today. And a lot of times people do not even know what it takes to start a business. They don't know how to survive in the business. That's why you see a lot of businesses in 2 years. They've crumbled. So, today we need to know the strategies that we need for a good business or to grow your business. And definitely that's our topic today.
Yes, because some people would start, that's where you hear them say, okay, you have the power to start, but you can't finish. I don't think anyone has the power to start something and you'll be able to finish it. It's just the spirit, like we talked about yesterday when we talked about your Monday determines how the rest of your week will be. Same thing when it comes to business. How you start, the foundation you're building that business on determines how long that business would stay. But then we cannot do the talking, but we'd have our guests come talk to us about how your business what would help your business grow from level 0 to the top of your business.
And a lot of people, what they do, that I have a friend that she wanted to start a business, a school. So she wanted to start with a creche. And she said, okay, I'll have 10 children, I will make these. She was already counting her gains before she actually started because she spent so much, setting the place up, renovating the place, putting colors, definitely for you to have a creche, you need to put colors. So putting colors and everything. And eventually, the first 3 months, she had one person, one child.
Serious? Wow.
One child. And she realized that even to foot the basic utility bills, she couldn't, so she had to fold up.
Wow.
So, those are the things. A lot of people, most of the time, we tend to count our chickens before they hatch. And that is limiting the growth of a business, or that actually kills business.
That is where the spirit of endurance comes in. But you have to, why did you smile? No, I'm not talking about endurance. No. I'm not talking about endurance on media special. I'm talking about you being able to endure some certain challenges around you when it has to do with business. Because trust me, whether you like it or not, as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you would face challenges. Now, how are you able to overcome and make sure that that challenge is not weighing you down or weighing the business down? And I've heard a lot of people say that, okay, first you need to have that spirit of enterprise in you. It's not all about profit making, but all about how you are actually creating solution to a particular problem within your environment or in your society. When you're creating solution to a problem, that would also come with profit making. But then let's not do all the talking alone. We need to bring our guests to the studio. But before then, we'll be going on a short break. And when we come back, you'll still be tuned to Tea or Coffee on High Impact Television. Don't go anywhere.
Jeg skal bli pappa, da.
Så bra, eller?
Ja, det går fint.
Hei, du har kommet til Tove. Jeg kan dessverre ikke ta telefonen akkurat nå, men legg igjen en beskjed.
Ja, jeg vet ikke hva jeg gjør. Jeg bare
Ok,
holder.
nå kan vi gå.
Ja.
Jeg har ringt, og jeg har fødebrev. Kan jeg slippe den først?
Men
Et
du
lite øyeblikk, så må vi ta en av gangen her.
Nei, men det du kan ikke vel stå.
Veldig bra. Puster du deg rolig gjennom det?
Det er riktig.
Jeg skal finne noe som du kan klemme. Jeg skal finne... Ja!
Meg? Hvem er det som er jeg som skal ha gjort det? Men det er noen som har gjort det.
Ja, men det er ikke henne, så hvis vi skal være veldig, veldig pirkete, så er det faktisk deg.
Du kan sitte på meg.
I know you from a poster I saw somewhere.
Hei!
They're back! They're back! Neil! Neil! Georgie!
Where's my boy and my husband?
Past the savages.
Where are they?
A surprising and magical world is waiting for you! One day, Lou, a 16-year-old girl, unexpectedly gets involved in a fight between a magical fairy named Stella and a gang of trolls. During the fight, Lou is shocked to discover that she has magical powers as well. Stella introduces her to the world of magics, a magical dimension where Althea College for Aspiring Fairies is located. There, Lou will start a new life, and together with another 5 special teenage fairies, she will form the Winx Club. She'll also find friendship and love. But life's not always that easy. Bloom's extraordinary power must be protected from that mischievous group which is always up to no good, the Tricks. The Witches of Cloud Tower and Lord Darkhog will stop at nothing in order to conquer the realm of magic. With the help of the brave and bold Red Mountain Knights, the Specialists, and the Winx best friends, the Pixies, they will save the day and continue their fantastic new life at Magic.
I am your worst nightmare.
Exclusive to High Impact Television.
Jeg skal bli pappa, da.
Så bra, eller?
Ja, det går fint.
Hei, du har kommet til Tove. Jeg kan dessverre ikke ta telefonen akkurat nå, men legg igjen en beskjed.
Ja, jeg vet ikke hva jeg gjør. Jeg bare
Ok,
holder.
nå kan vi gå.
Ja.
Jeg har ringt, og jeg har
Ja, det er
fødebrev.
kjempe-
Kan jeg slippe den først?
Men du
Et
ser jo-
lite øyeblikk, så må vi ta en av gangen her.
Nei, men det du kan ikke vel stå.
Veldig bra. Puster du deg rolig gjennom det?
Det er riktig.
Jeg skal finne noe som du kan klemme. Jeg skal finne... Ja!
Meg? Hvem er det som er jeg som skal ha gjort det? Men det er noen som har gjort det.
Ja, men det er ikke henne, så hvis vi skal være veldig, veldig pirkete, så er det faktisk deg.
Du kan sitte på meg.
Fly your family vacation? Want to have a memorable time with your loved ones? Enjoy a season of family adventure this Yuletide at High Impact Planets Amusement Park and Resort with up to 20% discount for park tickets and amazing family packages. Event highlights include karaoke night, African night, family games night, Christmas and New Year carnival, praise blast gospel concert.
Welcome back from that break. Just in case you're just joining us, don't worry. It's still Tea or Coffee on High Impact Television. We were talking about the growth of business in our own language, in our own words, in our opinion. But now we have our guest in the studio. We have Ceci Paul Adedamola. He's an IT professional and a business developer. Then along with him, we have Bola Adeniyi Oriagba. She's an entrepreneur. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes,
good morning.
Yes, good to have you on Tea or Coffee.
Thank
good
you.
Morning. Okay, so we're talking about strategies for business growth. But before then, I would like to know your experience so far when it has to do with business.
Okay.
So let me start with you, Ceci.
Okay.
How's the experience been in business?
Oh, it's been great. I've been into business since 2006. Okay. Immediately after I left school, I started my IT business, and that's about 14 years now. So I've been into, it's been tough though. You know, Nigerian system, it's not that encouraging as it were, but we thank God for the fact that if you really want to do business, you have to be resilient and you have to be dogged. You have to be ready for what it takes to go through the tides. Okay. Like for me, I enjoyed every bit of it because that was what from the day one, I wanted to do. And right now it's paying a whole lot, as in it's paying off a whole lot.
So many years?
After 14 years.
Wow.
Being in business, being in IT business.
So it's after 14 years that is paying?
No, after like by 2000 and let's say 12, 13, like 2011.
That's 6 years, 5 years?
Yes, 5 years into the business. Okay. Like 2011, we had a major break and you know, we started our brand. We started building a brand. And between then and now, we've done quite a number of things, both in Africa and other parts of the world.
Okay. I am aware that for Bola, you've been into business for 16 years now. So tell us about the experience.
Yes, 16 years, that is mine.
Yes.
Otherwise,
for your personal business.
Otherwise, I was born into the business family.
Okay. Wow.
So growing up, you know, I would sell for my mom and all of that. So in university, I started doing it for fun. Okay. I wasn't doing it for profit. So it was just fun. Yeah, so it was more of passion. And okay, everybody's doing it in my house. Let me just do it, you know. So.
And that's selling of clothes.
Actually started selling underwear. That was my passion. And that is why I always say that, you know, I would never sell what I don't have interest in. I love underwears, you know, so if I don't believe in the straw pillow, for example, I wouldn't know how to market it. That's for me. It would be very difficult for me to market. So, and then in 2017, last year, February 8th to be precise, I branched into logistics, dispatch, pickup and delivery. And that has been very occupying. Honestly, I don't have so much time for my buying and selling anymore. I still do it, but logistics has taken like a whole, 90% of my time.
Okay, but do you have someone in place for your business helping to run that?
For now, no. Okay. And I think that's why it's so tasking. But trying to build a structure, put structures in place, having policies has really made it easier for me. I made mistakes because I had no one to consult. So the first 6 months was really tough. But trust me, after that, I just sit and relax most times, except, of course, when the hassles come.
Okay. Ceci, you said that for 5 years, you know, you had to struggle. So what did your family members and friends, what did they say? Didn't they advise you to go get a regular job? And how are you able to sustain yourself and the family?
As an IT person, my background is computer science.
Yeah. Okay.
So when it comes to computer science, you have, because during that trend between year 2000, the millennium, and now it has been, what's it called now? Progress in IT. There have been a lot of progress in IT and changes in IT. So doing IT, I started as a freelance. And being a freelance means that you have to do the marketing yourself, do a lot of things yourself, you know. And the good thing about it is that I was only telling people what I do. And it was difficult, as it were. My mom is always coming to my room because after I finished from school, I was home. But, you know, she was always coming to my room when I finished my NYSC. But during my NYSC, because I was good with what I do, I had NYSC Kano. They had a difficulty with their database. So I had to come in. Somebody told them that I'm very good at you know, resolving issues like that. So I had to come in and I helped them out. So I was able to resolve a major issue because they had a virus that attacked all their data. So they couldn't see any data. It means that they will not be able to post people to their primary assignment because they were all digital already as at that time. So I had to help them out, and it helps me because afterwards I got a job, like a temporary job with NYSC. So I had to stay in Kano and an award. So I was awarded. You know, I had to stay back in Kano to help out. So I was engaged, but they were paying me stipends. You know how it is, the Nigerian system and all of that. I was enjoying what I was doing, really. So afterwards, I had to leave for Lagos. Though one thing during those periods that you need to pray. Even now, you still need to pray. You know, just to make it, you know. So I prayed a lot, and I came to Lagos because I really want to come to Lagos because my friends were telling me that Lagos is where IT is happening. So I came.
Sorry to interrupt you. That means you weren't born and bred in Lagos?
No, I was born in Lagos. I'm from Lagos.
Okay, you were from Lagos.
But I went to serve.
For service.
Oh, you went to serve. Okay, so you came.
You know, the IT thing. There is a lot of you know communication here and there. Like,
all right. Okay.
Guy, come back to Lagos and do something. So I came to Lagos and I stayed at home for a while. I was bored.
So what?
And that period was tough because you know you see your mom all the time. You know, mommy now, and then
you ask for. Like, can you please give me 500?
You get.
I
you have
to
to ask. I want to go out and all of that. So and back in Kano, they were telling me to wait that they will give me a permanent job with the Directorate of Youth. You know? But my mom was scared because of the crisis in the north.
Back then.
So I would have stayed and then just have a job and continue. But, you know, she kept pestering, so I had to come back to Lagos. So coming back to Lagos for me was like, it was difficult. So for like a year, I was just, you know, hustling and bustling. But I keep telling people I can help you repair your computers, can help you, you know, if you want to buy a computer, if you need a good specification. So I get trickles here and there. Jobs come once in a while, but it wasn't consistent. So when the job comes, you know, at least it pays off bit by bit. And so that was what I was doing until, you know, but, you know, like you asked, people were like, are you sure this is what you want to do? Why can't you get a job? At some point, I was discouraged anyway, and I started putting for jobs. Besides, I wanted to run out of the country, you know. So
it's not usually that serious. Because now it's paying off, you know. Yes. Okay, now you have mentioned some of the challenges you faced, you know, in the growth of your business. I would like to know some of the challenges you also faced while growing your business.
Yes, because you said the first 6 months.
Yeah, the first 6 months was crazy. I will not forget. And I've had at least 4 people now come to me. They want to start logistics. They want me to advise them. And the first thing I tell them is that, you know, I hope you understand I'm being honest when I say that I'm not discouraging you, but if you have high blood pressure, don't bother. Like, don't bother. If you cannot take insult, do not bother. Just kill it and do something else. Yes, and the reason is that
just kill it.
Yes, don't bother. Like, you know, when I started, I had no one to consult. I honestly did not know any female doing it at that time. I knew a few guys, but no female. But it wasn't a big deal for me. I just felt, you know, that's something I really wanted to do because I wasn't impressed with the way my deliveries were going and disappointing clients and all of that. Now, for business, I believe so much in honesty. No offense, but it looks like a lot of people would rather hear you lie to please them. So that honesty initially wasn't working for me at all. But it was difficult for me to switch because that's just who I am. I want to tell you this, I'm not going to meet up with your delivery, I'm sorry. So can I do it tomorrow? They get upset and they don't like come back. So that was the first challenge. And then I did not understand the fact that in Lagos, you want to do same day delivery, you cannot work with time. I would say, okay, yes, I want my delivery to get there by 11. I'm like, yeah, we can do it.
In 30 minutes.
The other person is telling me I want to get there by 10 o'clock. Yeah, we can do it. So it took me a lot of time to understand that how do you have a delivery to do on the island? And I'm picking up in Ikeja something going to Isolo. I'm picking up Isolo going to the island. Isolo wants me to take to the island, but because I'm taking something from Ikeja to Isolo, it will be dumb of me to go to Isolo first, do island and come back to Ikeja. I have to pick the Ikeja if I get to. I mean, Isolo is calling me that I've not seen your guys, so all of that stress, trust me, I wasn't sleeping at all. I would sleep 2 a.m. trying to sort out the deliveries for the next day. I would wake up 4 o'clock. I have a 9 to 5 I do as well. So in 6 months' time, I was hospitalized for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So when I came out, I paused for 2 weeks again. No deliveries. I sat down, went back to my table. Nobody to ask. Well, like, you know what, you've made your mistakes. What do you do? So I drew out policies. No more time-bound deliveries. I promise you same-day delivery, but nothing like this time or that time. So as soon as I did, that was the first policy I put in place. And I noticed that my sincerity, I didn't know this initially. People were taking note of it. And it was something that they were loving, but they never told me. Until about 2 months after, 2 of them told me that, you know what I like about your brand? You tell me straight up when you can't meet up with it, so that I know you probably won't do it, or I go somewhere else. And I was like, wow, I thought that was the part you didn't like. So obviously, the honesty part was working. And, you know, for me, I just felt, another thing I faced, I didn't understand the fact that working with bikes, I didn't know anything about bikes. Now I know that when bikes enter water, the chains, they tend to come off a lot. So it means that during rainy season, I should not take as much bookings, yes, because I'm going to get slowed down, because once they enter the water, the chains will come off a lot and they will have a lot of slowing them down. So I didn't know that initially. So now I know. It means that I should know when to take more and when not to take more. So I started with very, very low rates.
All right. So in other words, one of the strategies for business growth is honesty.
Honesty is very important.
And then another thing that you mentioned, you actually know your routes, your route,
you have to
and the mode of transportation.
Yes.
Because you might not want to go to the island and then you are in
I am
in
terrible.
a car.
I was terrible with direction. It
right.
was so irritating to everyone around me. Like, I don't know how to find my way to anywhere because I wasn't born in Lagos and all of that. But with this business, even though I am not going there, I can tell you where certain streets are in, you know. So
okay. All right. So
interesting.
For Sesipol, what she has mentioned, the strategies that worked for her when it comes to her kind of business. She's into logistics. You are into IT. So now, what are the strategies that has worked for you when it comes to IT business?
I'll start by talking about. I'm betwixt two right now. I want to talk about 2 things.
Okay.
The first one I want to talk about is building relationships.
Okay.
Building relationships.
Okay.
And also, as an IT person, it will be, is it non-justifying or something for me not to say IT first? You understand? Saying building relationship first is just because of she has spoken about honesty.
Yes.
And then I just want to talk about plain terms. Now, building relationship is key because one of the things you must learn how to do when it comes to business growth is ability to be able to relate to people. You have to be very, very social. You have to be very social, and then you have to be able to also listen a lot.
Okay.
Listen a lot.
Social in what way? Because a lot of times when we hear social, that means you go to parties.
Interaction with people.
Or you are always maybe after work at the restaurant or something.
Parties.
Yes. Okay.
It just have to be. You have to be. You have to try to be business. You have to try to be a people's person.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be parties. It can be in church. It can be anywhere. It can be anywhere. It can be in mosques. It can be anywhere. but you have to be very, very, what's it called? Relational. In terms of, like I said, listening to people is one of the key attributes. When it comes to your clients, you need to learn how to, make people, first of all, know that you are into a business. For example, don't let your own, what's it called? What you want to be the first thing. You have to be ready to provide solution to people without having, solve people's problems. That's the word. So if I know that, okay, for me to relate with you, for example, I know you're a TV person. And I come to you, and the first thing I'm telling you about is IT. We see yesterday, blah, blah, blah. You feel pissed.
Exactly.
But if I come to you and then we talk about things that are happening on the TV, things that you are interested, first thing like, okay, you know about what happened in Channels Television yesterday, this one yesterday, that one yesterday, and then we get going. Like you meet a policeman and you are talking about football, If the guy is not a football lover, you might not get his or her attention.
Yes.
So basically what we need is, first of all, build relationship with people. Now, when you build relationship with people, you don't just get customers, you would end up getting a client.
Okay.
Now, customers are those that comes and buy once. Clients are those that stays with you. Do you understand? Like, firstly, those people that first buy my product were my family members, were the people that have known me. I had relationship with them. After a while, it moved to the gatherings I go, my friends, basically, my schoolmates. So when they see that, so basically, and then as you go on, you can now decide it's not a bad idea for you to become, maybe you go for activities like golfing, activities like, you get what I'm saying, to build more relationships.
Yes, I like what you said when you said that the first people that patronized you are your family members, because a lot of times there's this saying that business thrives when family and friends learn to pay for services rendered. So how are you able to, is it that you have to be strict with them? Because a lot of times, for example, if I have a friend that believes that, oh, this thing, I'm not buying any parts. Imagine, let's say IT, this has virus, help me remove the virus. And my friend could see that I'm not buying any product, anything to add to it. It's just all this
click
and
here,
clicking,
click
and
there.
then it's gone, and then you ask me for money. How has that been able, how are you able to do that without feeling guilty?
Without feeling guilty. Well, okay, when you start business, that's one of the things you must remove. Sentiments, guilt, all of those things, if you want to grow in business.
Okay.
When I started my business, I remember that the first website I did for somebody, which is a very close brother, not like he's a friend, but I call him a brother because he encourages me a lot. He was working in one of the telecommunications, so I see him as a big boy. So, he called me and said, Paul, since you are on your own now, can you come and do a website for me? I went there, and, the hype and everything, and I charged him 18,000. Then we used to charge very low. And 18,000, I told him, he said, am I sure I'm going to do something nice? I'm going to do something lovely. He gave me 11,000 that day. That's the first payment.
Yes.
And I finished the website in less than 2 weeks. Everything was up and running. Till today, he hasn't paid me the balance.
And
so he has not paid me the
friend.
balance because he's a family member.
Yeah.
So I learned from that. So now there is a lot of structure around my business. Like, for example, if you don't pay me, if I finish your website and you see it up and running, if you don't balance up, in another 2 weeks, it will go down.
Okay.
Wow.
It's automated.
Yeah.
Now,
So
won't that make them stay away?
No, they need to pay.
A lot of time, they won't stay away. If your work is really good,
Yeah.
they won't stay away. They don't stay away. They just want to try. If it is possible that, you will just give in. So, for example, what I do right now, because I have a lot of structure, I have quite a number of people working in my office. And so when you are my family member and you call me directly to I want to repair a system, I say, take it to the office. Or do you want somebody to pick it up? Because we have that process. So if you want us to pick it up, there is a charge for that. If you want to bring it to the office, there is a charge for that. Or I just route you to the phone in the office, route you to my secretary or something. So you talk to the person. At times, they tell you that I want to talk to you, no problem. I can even pick it up for you. And then when they pick it up, I drop it in the office. They call you from the office and give you your charges. So if you are not pleased with that, you can move on.
Okay.
So you don't have to be sentimental when it comes to business. So those are the challenges you face. People will fight you. Some people will even meet you. But one thing I notice is that if you are firm at it,
okay,
and you stay with your policies, people will come to respect.
Okay, so if you stand your ground and you're firm at it,
yes,
people would respect your decisions.
Yes.
Okay, the conversation will continue right after the break. Don't forget that you can join in this conversation about business growth, how you grow your business. If you have any question or contribution, you can give us a call on +234 7051 432258. The number is right there on your screen for you to call and join the conversation. All right, we need to go on break, and when we come back, you'll still be tuned to tea or coffee. Just stay tuned.
Flying family vacation? Want to have a memorable time with your loved ones? Enjoy a season of family adventure this Yuletide at High Impact Planets Amusement Park and Resort with up to 20% discount for park tickets and amazing family packages. Event highlights include karaoke night, African night, family games night, Christmas and New Year carnival, praise blast gospel concerts featuring some of Nigeria's finest gospel artists. Friday, the special guest at our prestigious Majors Lounge, comedy night, and family treats at our tastefully furnished apartments. This package runs from the 16th of December 2018 to the 6th of January 2019. High Impact Planets, fun just got real.
I know you from a poster I saw somewhere.
Hey! They're back! They're back! Neil! Neil! Georgie!
Where's my boy and my husband?
Past the savages.
Where are they?
Your father is dead.
I want to learn Ushu.
You think you can master the art of ages? Wushu is a meditation. It's not made for hate or revenge.
Smuggling opium, kidnapping villagers for transport to forced labor. My daughter is priceless.
What do you know of my father?
He has brought nothing but pain and hardship to my people.
Isn't father wonderful?
Exclusive to High.
strategies for business growth is what we're talking about on Tea or Coffee today. And we have a guest. They're still here. We have Ceci Paul Adedamola, who is an IT expert, a professional, a business developer. And we have the logistics guru, Bola Adeniyi Oreagba. You know, we were talking about, you talk about some of the challenges that you faced. Then, how are you able to break into, I'm talking, yes, how are you able to break into the market since we have loads of companies that are doing what you do? Yeah. So how are you able to break into race?
Okay, when you're in the business world, they say something that you need a little bit of luck after you have done all to stand.
Yes.
And but I call it favor. I call it God factor. You need the God factor. Like I said before, I pray. So as a business person, you need to pray. But apart from that, you need strategies. That's why we are here. Apart from, one of my strategies is prayer. So I'll have to say that. But the other strategies that I put in place is that when you talk about the advent of IT, there is what is called digital marketing. Digital marketing is very key. You see, when the advent of people like Jumia and then Konga came into the picture of the logistic picture that she was talking about, using a website, for example, to actually market people's product and help them deliver. It was a new...
sorry, we need to interrupt. We have Bright from Victoria Island, Lagos calling. Hello, Bright.
Hello. Hello. This is Bright. I'm really a fan of Tea or Coffee. You guys really rock.
Thank you very much.
Good job, guys. Good job. I really love you guys.
Thank you very much, Bright. Your question, please.
For the third guy, actually, I'm really loving his conversation. Like, he's giving me the flow, and I'm really loving it. Okay, I want to ask him a question, please. Can you put him on the line now?
Yes, he's on. He's listening.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
How are you?
Nice to have a Coffee there.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I want to ask a question.
Okay,
I've been having this business idea for some time now.
Okay.
I actually wanted to start up system repairs and maintenance business.
Okay.
I actually started it in school, and I ended up doing it for free for my friends and everyone. Because, right, at some point I lost interest in everything, and it just started going jagged and everything. Okay, so what do you advise? Like, and I've been feeling lazy to actually go out there and do the marketing, or what do you advise? What do you think I should start from?
Okay. What's the name again?
Bright.
Bright.
My name is Bright.
Yeah. Bright, thanks for calling.
Thank you so much
answer
for
your question right
You're
now.
welcome. You're welcome. I'm a big fan, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bright. If you really want to start, if you want to go back into your business, one thing I tell people is that you must know that business is, it follows a principle called seed time and harvest time.
Okay.
It's just like a farmer. You sow a seed at some period, and then the harvest is not the same time you start sowing into it. So you need to wait on your business. It's just like saying that I give birth to a child. When you give birth to a young baby, you need to feed the baby. You need to, and then there are teething periods. There are periods of difficult times because I'm a father by God's grace. So there's really difficult times whereby the baby will wake up at night and, you have sleepless nights and all of that. Wow. So that period whereby you are teething, the period whereby you will be almost discouraged to leave the business. So I would advise you not to leave your business. And as a tech person, you can also go online and check YouTube or some how to use digital marketing to drive sales. That's one of the strategies I want to talk about now. It's very cheap. It's cheap than our local media. And then you can use it to advance whatever you are doing. People just need to know what you are doing for them to come to you. Right, in Africa presently, or in Nigeria, we have close to about 250 million people. You just need like maybe 50,000 people out of them to be okay, or just 10,000 people to start, or 5,000 as it were. So I would advise you to go through the stages. It's not something difficult at all.
Right, thank you very much.
You just mentioned that you go through the stages and you do not leave your business. But earlier on, you said something that if you cannot be honest to people and you know that you can't stand your ground when it comes to logistics, then it is advisable that you leave the business.
No. I said if you cannot take insults and you have high blood pressure, don't even bother going into that particular line of business. So there are
no other ways you can go about it
for when it comes to logistics? Trust me. Ask anyone into it. It takes a lot from you. It's because now you are handling people's goods.
Okay.
It's en route. You are not the one riding this bike. You don't know where the bike is until I had to put trackers on my bike.
Yeah, that's why that takes me to this question: how do you recruit?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Before we go on that, Alice from Abuja is
Hello,
calling.
Alice.
Yes.
Hello, Alice. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Alice. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're
I
on
would like to say first that you guys are doing a wonderful show.
Thank you very much.
Keep it up.
Thank
okay,
you.
Quickly, I would like to ask, apart from honesty, apart from building a good relationship with your clients and prospects, there are a lot of times whereby you put in a lot of effort into your business, you put in a lot of energy into your business, and at the end of the day, after 1 year and 2 years, you don't get the same results. In this kind of situation, what can I do?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Alice, for calling. Okay, so
I didn't get that.
I didn't hear.
she said, okay, you go.
She said in a situation where she puts so much energy into it, and in the next 1 year, the business is folding up.
Yes, and it's not giving the results that you're expecting.
It's not yielding
what do you do?
the expected results.
Okay. Last month, my neighbor came up to me and said she's had 3 friends, started logistics, and they quit in less than 6 months. The thing is, like he said earlier, there has to be a stage where the challenges are choking you and you're like, maybe I just have to quit. But the truth is, don't quit if it is your passion. Okay. What you do is take a break. I told you I took a break sometimes.
Yes.
Go back. Why is it not working? Sure. What mistakes am I making? If you sit down and you are sincere with yourself, nobody's going to tell you your mistakes. You will know your mistakes. For example, you start logistic business. You ask people, what's your price rate? What's this, what's that? They tell you their price rate and you are working with their rates. And you are new. You are not going to go anywhere. That's the honest truth. One strategy I would like to mention here is that start with a low price. You want to build a clientele base.
All right, we have another caller, Ahmed from Rwanda. Hello, Ahmed.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely show, guys. Lovely show.
Thank you.
Yes, please. I want to ask, is there a good, like, one-way strategy to having a good business?
Okay.
Can you take that? Did you get that?
He said, is there a one-way strategy of having a good business? Like he just wants to have one point.
Thank you very much.
Of having a good business. Thank you so much, Ahmed, for calling.
That's strong.
Yes.
I have
one
a direct
strategy.
answer.
Okay, you want to say so? You have a direct answer.
Yeah.
All right.
He asked a direct question and there's a direct answer.
All right.
He asked if there's a one-way strategy. Just a one-way.
Just one?
No.
Okay.
That's the direct answer. There's no one way.
There's no one way.
No.
Okay. So you have to go through
there are
many
strategies.
There are strategies.
Strategies. You can't use a one-way strategy.
It's not going to work.
You can't take. I can't take your strategy and use for mine.
No.
Even if we're doing the same thing.
Yeah, it might not work for you. You can take it. You can take it, okay? But bear in mind that your personality is different from my personality.
Okay.
That is another, because when you say there are strategies, one strategy might work for all of us in logistics. The strategy 2 might not work for all of us because of my personality and your personality. Maybe strategy 2 has to do with personality, the way you interact with people.
Well, what I want to say here is that every business go through. I want to answer.
Okay. We have another caller.
Okay.
Usman from Kano.
Hello, Usman.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm very, very fine. I'm calling from Kano.
Okay.
I just want to ask, please, which type of pricing strategy do I supposed to use in selling my product?
Okay.
Yeah.
What product? What product?
Well, which product? I produce soybean.
Hello?
Hello?
So produce
soybean.
Okay, soya beans.
All right.
All right. Okay. Thank you,
I'm a
Usman.
farmer.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Usman.
They know there are so many pricing strategies.
Okay.
All right. Thank
I
you.
just want to know which one I should adopt.
You should apply for
Yes.
your farming business.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
thank you.
Usman.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so
I think I was answering that other question before we got
Okay,
this call.
yes.
So I'm saying that there is a step-by-step process for building a business. Like, for example, one of the mistakes we made was that, though I wouldn't call it a mistake because you have to start from somewhere. You have to be a freelance. You have to be, before you now get. But the good, if you want to start a business, have a process. The first thing you should do is to set out with a structure. Even if you are one person.
Okay.
That's what I advise people. For him that needs a one way, he should draw out his plans. Where am I going? Where am I at? And where am I going?
Who are my
Where
target
do I
audience?
want to
Who are
be?
my target customers?
So who are my customers? All those things should be, it's a business structure has to be in place for him to be able to get to his goal.
All right.
At times, if you don't have all those step procedures, you
You
just
might
be
not.
beating around bush.
okay, for Usman,
For
who just
Usman.
asked
Okay.
the strategy that could help him in his farming business. He's into
Soya beans.
Soya beans.
So what he's asking, what strategy can actually help grow his business?
Okay, basically, like I said, business, if I want to define it,
Yes.
I call it business. Busyness, as in
okay.
doing
Yes, yes.
activity. You are busy doing something. So, but what I think every business is about is profit, gain. We want to gain. We want to get more. If I don't get money into my business, I can't recruit. If I don't get money into my business, I can't produce.
Yeah.
If money is not coming in. So first thing you should focus on, Usman, is how can I turn over my business to bring in more money?
Okay.
So if you are a single entrepreneur, one thing you should learn to do is how can I generate sales? So I advise every entrepreneur to be a salesperson.
Okay.
Every one of us have to know how to sell.
How to sell.
Because you can produce, if it's not selling, you are not in business.
No matter how good.
No matter how good your product is.
Okay.
So one thing you should learn first is how to sell.
All right.
Yeah,
Do you
for
want to?
Usman, right?
Yes,
now,
Usman.
He said soya beans.
Yes.
It's not the regular staple food everybody
Yes,
eats.
yeah.
So it means that he has more work to do than the rice farmer and the beans farmer. Now the extra work he has to do is to go the extra length to educate himself about soya beans.
Okay.
Once he has that, it's easier for him to sell his product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on. We have
All right.
Ayodeji from Akure online. Hello, Ayodeji. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Ayodeji. Good morning. You want to tea or coffee?
Yeah, I want to speak with Paul, the IT professional.
Okay, he's listening.
Good
morning.
He's listening to
Go
you.
ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
Very well.
Yeah, I've been on freelance for some time now. I'm a developer, most especially web developer.
Great.
So I've been having one or two challenges
Tell me.
for some time now. I do get some clients from UK, from Singapore and the likes.
Yeah.
But the problem I'm facing is if they give me one specification now. So after delivering their work, they will still tell me they want to change to another specification. And there is no concrete agreement between us. So what I want to ask now is if I should go and develop an agreement and back it up with a legal document.
Okay. Okay. I think I understand what
Thank you,
you're trying to say.
Ayodeji.
Okay. All right. I think you should finish what you were saying, then we'll come back to Ayodeji's
All right.
question.
I was trying to say that because of his lines,
Okay.
you need to let people understand why they need to buy soya beans over other products or more than they were buying
Yes.
before.
Okay.
So once he has the information about soya beans, to be easier for him to market. Like he said, you can be a good producer, have a lot of them, but if you cannot market, and how do you market? Communication skills, being knowledgeable about what you are selling. And that is where passion comes in. If you don't have passion for what you are doing, you can't market it.
Yes, sir.
You know, you can market. So once he has that, Usman, once you have that, I'm very sure that you'll be able to convince people to buy your product, and you do not sit down in your house and think you can market. You go out, interact with people, and trust me, social media has really, really made it so easy to market now. And like I said, it's really cheap. So do more of that, and I'm very sure you're going to get your clients.
All right, so back to Ayodeji's question.
Okay, for freelance, there are so many ways you can go about, the way you freelance. I don't know what the strategy is using, but we have some websites you can use, like Fiverr.com. Okay. Fiverr.com is a platform whereby you can put your what you are doing, the things you do, like web developer and all of that. Okay. And then having done that, Fiverr will help you manage, because he said he gives them a specification. After giving them specifications, they now come back again. No, this is not what I want. After they've gotten what they want. You know how people does. Yes. And it's because they don't want to fully pay you your money, because we get it a lot. You understand? So because of that, Fiverr will help you manage it, because you already have a specification. And Fiverr have seen that this is the specification, and you've delivered all the specifications. So that person will be compelled to pay you your money. But if you are not doing Fiverr, I would advise, there are some other regulations in terms of IT that you can get it online. There are some other agencies that can help you, because if you don't see these people, if it's not somebody that you can prosecute by the law, you don't know what is applicable in the other people's country. So I always advise that you use some of these platforms that are existing. So there are so many of them, but Fiverr is very, very popular. Fiverr spells Fiverr.com. And they'll pay you in dollars. So everything will be managed by a single entity. So those people help you manage your customers. They manage you too. They are an intermediary. So you can sell your product. It's not even selling your product, selling your freelancing. It's skills. Sell your skills, and then you get rewarded for that. So
yeah, but in a place, he's calling from Akure. He called from Akure. Imagine if he has customers or the people that he's supposed to work with that he knows right now. What are the things that he should do? Do you have, what are the things he should do that will make at least them not be changing specification at every point in time?
Okay, basically, one thing he has to do that is very, very important is that if he has a lawyer, I would advise that, whenever there is a specification defined, they should send correspondent mail to sign off on their agreed specification. You get so because when you sign off on a so you can always look at the specification and say this is exactly what we signed off for. And then if you want to change anything, you have to be firm anyway. I get that too a lot. Like we just finished a project, HR project, for example, and the HR, after finishing the project, they needed more, obviously. They wanted us to add more. And they spoke to me on the phone. I was firm with them. I was very firm with them. Let's have a meeting. Let's talk about this thing. These are the things that we agreed on. And these are the things I was giving to you. So you just have to be firm. And then,
I think that's where policy comes in.
Yes, yes. You just have to be firm and draw your measures.
So in other words, like you're saying right now, for you to have a company, you need to have a policy.
It's so important. That was
very, very
made. It's too important.
Exactly.
If you let them know that, you know what?
This is your policy.
Yeah. If you're changing anything afterwards, are we done?
Yes. So amount.
Simple.
Yeah. It's part of. It's going to be part of your proposal.
Yes.
It should be part of their proposal, and they should sign off on each proposal.
All right. Then you were saying something before. There was this interruption with a phone call about your break.
About my break?
Yes, where you actually eventually got your break. How are you able to get into the
market?
The market.
Limelight, like as it were.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, you said a little bit of luck and the God factor. What happened was that I was just positioned for business. Basically, what you do, or what I did, was that I keep telling people, this is what I can do this, I can do that. And I remember myself as a freelance, like this guy was saying, and I went to work for a big company, as it were. I would not call their name, but when I was working for them, I was training. I just did training. What I did I think as a freelancer, you should be very versatile. You should be very versatile. You should try as much as possible to be able to do more than one thing.
All right.
Because
in that particular
sphere, your
All right.
sphere, if it is ICT, make sure that you are able to, like as I am, I can design a website, I develop software, I can fix systems, you know,
All right.
I can do quite a number of things. I can run you on social media, I can create application, can do all manner of things.
Okay.
Okay, so I could do a lot of things, and I train too. I can talk, so.
How when you're not taking your tea?
I like talking, really. It's almost finished.
Maybe it's a business thing.
So, you know, I could talk. So I do the training. As I was doing training, somebody was interested in my skills. And she said I should come see her. And I went, you know, one funny thing was that I was even routing for my company, for the company that employed me, so that they could give them more training jobs. So that I could still work for them and I get paid.
Okay.
But the woman looked at me, closely at me, and said, "Why not you? You are good." I was like, I wasn't thinking like that. I don't even have a company. He said, "It's not difficult to have a company. Why don't you go just have a company and bring a proposal? I'll give you the business."
Before you go on, I'd like to let you know that the phone lines are closed for now. So for you to, if you all want to join the conversation till tomorrow, still tea or coffee, you can always join the conversation. But for this episode for today, the lines are closed. And for those that have called, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Okay, so you can go on.
Okay, so the woman called me and said, "Why not you? You are good." And I said, "I don't even know what to do. I've never done it before." She gave me a proposal, and she asked me to just change the name, and then change, so it's Favor, and then change the bank account, and then go and bring the proposal. I'll give it to you. And that was it. And she spent, on that same seat, she spent just, I think, 2 weeks or 3 weeks on the seat for my proposal to pass. As in, they took her out of that seat after my proposal passed.
Okay, so she was just there for you.
Oh, that's wonderful. So, can you share your, what do we call it? How are you able to enter into the market?
Into the market.
Okay.
In few words.
Yeah, in few words, I
story.
started with low rates.
Okay.
I checked out people's rates and I brought mine down because I knew I needed a clientele base first. I am a talker, so I know I can convince people, so that was quite easy for me. So as soon as I got them, of course, I had to now move my rate to the, what is obtainable and everything. And they stayed. Why? Because they were getting what they wanted. Now I have at least 5 bulk clients, and that's what you really need in logistics.
Okay.
Once you have your bulk clients, sometimes you don't even need all this one-on-one stuff. So.
Okay, thank you so much, Bola Dini Oriagba, for coming. She is an entrepreneur, and Ceci Paul, an IT professional. Thank you so much for coming on Tea or Coffee. Okay, so that's it on this episode of Tea or Coffee. I'm sure you have learned a lot from growing your business. So when you start your business, you already have points of growing your business.
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Buraola Popola. Thank you for staying tuned to Tea or Coffee today.
And I'm Ronke Ashiru. Do have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.